Begin with a slow, deliberate, and almost reverent tone that immediately establishes scale, secrecy, and industrial magnitude, inviting the listener into a world normally hidden behind secured factory walls, where raw hazelnuts arrive by the ton, their shells still carrying dust from distant orchards, where cocoa beans, sugar crystals, and milk derivatives wait silently to be transformed, and describe this arrival not as simple delivery, but as the opening movement of a carefully guarded process, emphasizing the sheer weight, texture, and physical presence of these materials as they are absorbed into a massive humming system. Allow the voice to move patiently into the cleaning and sorting phase, lingering on the idea of precision as machines vibrate, scan, and reject imperfections at speeds faster than the human eye can follow, stressing that nothing random survives this stage, that every nut passing forward represents a deliberate choice made by light, sensors, and calibrated force. Gradually deepen the tone while transitioning into roasting, where heat becomes the invisible sculptor, explaining through measured cadence how temperature, rotation, and time interact to unlock aroma and flavor, suggesting transformation through controlled exposure rather than aggression. Letting pauses mirror the slow tumble of nuts inside steel drums. Shift smoothly into the cooling and skin removal phase, describing airflow peeling away what is no longer needed, a metaphorical shedding that prepares the material for refinement, and allow the voice to subtly warm as grinding begins. Focusing on the moment's solidity gives way to fluidity, where pressure and friction collapse structure into a thick, glossy paste, inviting the listener to imagine density, warmth, and movement without ever naming sensation directly. Introduce cocoa processing with a darker, heavier vocal texture, reflecting the depth of color and intensity of the ingredient, describing liquids flowing through sealed pipes, powders disappearing into mixers, and the sense that each component is losing its individual identity in service of something larger. Slow the pacing noticeably during the core mixing stage, emphasizing convergence, where hazelnut paste, cocoa, sugar, and milk are no longer separate but are folded together under immense force, explaining through rhythm and repetition that this is not a moment of chaos, but of orchestration, where every rotation is timed and every second accounted for. Extend this calm intensity into refining and conking, deliberately stretching sentences to mirror hours passing, highlighting the idea that perfection here is measured in microns and minutes, that texture is engineered through patience, pressure, and constant motion, and that nothing visible changes quickly, even though everything is changing fundamentally. Adopt a cooler, more clinical tone when describing quality control, focusing on restraint, silence, and data, where samples are taken, numbers confirmed, and consistency defended with near-ritual seriousness. Reinforcing that luxury at scale depends on repetition without deviation. Maintain this controlled delivery while moving into temperature-stabilized storage, emphasizing containment, balance, and readiness, as the finished spread waits in vast tanks, neither rushed nor idle, suspended in a state of engineered equilibrium. Gradually reintroduce energy and brightness as the narrative reaches jar production, describing molten glass shaped by gravity and molds.